Hi, I'm Derek Cooper, Australian PGA professional and golf coach. I want to thank you for joining me today for our lesson in our Better Putting Blueprint series. In earlier lessons, we've covered pre-swing fundamentals, in-swing fundamentals, distance control, green reading. We've also worked on some different drills that are going to help you improve your technique. We talked about the pre-shot routine. We've touched on the mental skills required for you to be a great putter. So we've armed you with all the skills necessary and all the training necessary for you to be a great putter. Today what I want to chat about is how you can continue to monitor your own progress and continue to improve now that you're armed with all that information. There's some great tools out there that you can use, and I'm going to share those with you as we go through today's lesson. The real key for you to continue to improve your putting is to do similar things to what we see PGA Tour players do. And the reason I use those guys and girls as our guide is because if the best players in the world are doing it, then it's probably a good idea because they figured out that that's the best way for them to improve. So the number one thing that they do is they're constantly looking at their stats. They want to see, do they make more putts from short range? Are they putting better from long range? How many 3-putts are they having per round? They're the sort of things that they're looking for. So I know that you don't have access to the same stat tracking programs as PGA Tour players, but there are skills tests that you can do on your own putting green to help you become better players. The one that I really like is the new one from Eyeline. It's called Putting Bootcamp. It has a great little skills test in it that if you run through that skills test, it will highlight for you where your strengths and weaknesses are across 10 different skills tests. After you've completed the skills test, you can then go back into the app and see what the different drills are that you need to work on, which are associated with the skills with which you're having trouble. So again, it's a free app. It's from Eyeline. You'll find it in the App Store on your phone. It's a great little exercise, a great little tool to have with you when you're practicing. The second component to it is I want you to remember those drills that we talked about in the earlier lesson and how we talked about going from block practice to random practice. Whenever you're watching the PGA Tour events, before their rounds, you'll see a lot of the guys and girls using mirrors and different training aids on the putting green before they go out to play. The reason they're doing that is that they're checking their fundamentals before they go out to play, so that once they're on the golf course, the only things they have to concern themselves with are distance control and green reading, because their ability to hit the ball in the middle of the putter face and start the ball on line are already taken care of. So if the best players in the world are using training aids to reinforce those fundamentals, it's going to be important for you to do the same thing as well. Remembering that if we're doing block practice, we're hitting the same putt from the same location over and over again. Remembering that's really good for ingraining some technical changes. Once you've got those technical changes, you want to move into your random practice. And remember, by definition, our random practice is different distance putts to different holes. We want to have measured outcomes and consequences for those outcomes. And if you're meeting that criteria and you're constantly challenging yourself, then you're going to be a better putter. You're going to be able to transfer it better out onto the golf course, and you're going to shoot lower scores out there. So use that app, track your progress. You can also track your progress in the drills that we're doing. Remembering we talked about whether it be the circle drills or the distance control drills that we've been talking about. You can keep score as you work through those drills with your objective either to improve your score each time. If you've already reached a point where you can't improve the score anymore because the drill just doesn't physically allow you to shoot a better score, then the objective is to figure out a way to make the drill more difficult. Either have to make more putts, make the distances greater, make them to be make the curve or the breaks on the putts bigger than what they have been. They're the sort of things that are going to make the exercises more difficult and constantly challenge you to get better. But that's how you're going to become a better putter. So if you can get away, work through the drills that we've talked about, continue to monitor your progress, you are going to improve, you're going to be a better putter, and you're going to shoot lower scores. For those of you that don't have access to the Putting Bootcamp app, what I would suggest you do is continue to work on the fundamentals that we covered earlier in this video series. So I'd be doing lots of drills on the mirrors, lots of drills on the slot trainer, and that sort of stuff, and just track your own progress. If you can't define exactly where you need to be, the other thing you can do is also use some of the rounds analysis apps that are available out there. Shot by Shot is one that I use with my players, and it's a great little tool for us to be able to see where they're struggling with their putting so that we can then focus in on their practice with the areas that they need the most attention on. So I don't want to be spending a lot of time with players working on short putts if their problem is on distance control. I don't want to be spending a lot of time on the distance control if they can't make the putt from 3 feet. So that shot by shot and rounds analysis is a great tool for doing that. If you've got another one that you can use that you're already using or you'd like to use, please feel free to go ahead and do that. There's many of them out there. It's just that this is the one that I use with my players and I really think it's great. So if you can track your rounds, that's going to help you to be able to narrow down where you need to spend your practice time, focus in, get the most out of your practice time so you're not wasting your time by working on the things you're already very good at. We want to work at the things that you're struggling with, because that's going to be the way you're going to get your biggest improvements when you practice your putting. I want to thank you for completing the Better Putting Blueprint series with me. It's been a lot of fun presenting it, and I hope you've learned a lot from the exercises and drills that we've shared. I know that if you get away and continue to work on the fundamentals that we've talked about, as well as the more advanced drills that we've covered, you will be a better putter and you're going to shoot lower scores on the golf course. If you've got any questions about anything we've touched on, please feel free to post them along with the video and I would love to answer them for you. If you've got any comments, I'd also like to hear from you, because I'm always interested to hear how you've been going with your own progress. If you'd like to stay in touch with me, you can do that through my website at DerekHooperGolf.com. I've also got a link to that website in the attachment along with this video, and that's also the place you can go to if you want to access any of the training aids that we've used during the series. So thank you again for being here. It's been a lot of fun presenting to you. Good luck with your putting, and work hard and shoot lower scores.